1212. 1 2 1 2.
Trading is all about experience. It's to feel the adrenaline running through our veins. Like all the things we do that excite us. Whatever world we come from or live in, there are people that are born to succeed. They're called special, to hustle every day for an opportunity of a lifetime. Looking for the challenge to shape our future is something that's in our DNA. A privilege just available for a few. Traders, we see things differently, paying attention to every small detail that would maybe go unnoticed by the common eye. On or by the edge is our playground, with a constant strive for glory, seeking for a new tomorrow. Do you feel special? Take back control of your investments.
One two one two. Good afternoon. How is everyone today? Oops, I posted the wrong Zoom link. How you doing, guys? How you doing, Elliot, man? One sec. One two one two. Can you hear me? Excellent. Hello, hello. Morning, morning. Just checking the microphone. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent, I can hear you. Okay, I'm gonna turn down the music a little bit. So, what positions do you guys have open?
No position.
Selling. Wow. Okay, it seems like everything is in order. Let's see, we have 50 people in the Zoom. Okay, I sent out the analysis into Discord as well, but it's the same chart as you can see on the screen. Today we are going to have PPI in 44 minutes and also retail sales. Both of them are very important, but they serve two different functions or purpose. One of them is a leading inflation indicator, not lagging as CPI, and the other one is obviously retail sales. Now, retail sales is important because consumption is a big part of the GDP. So between 16 to 70% of the US GDP is made up of consumption. Now, therefore, retail sales is an important gauge to see the level of consumption in the country. If retail sales is decreasing, that is very deflationary. That should help gold to go higher. If retail sales is higher than expected, then it is inflationary, and that means that the households still have, good level of disposable income. They're still spending the money, and therefore it is inflationary. 1112. Someone is saying that the volume is a bit low.
No.
Are you
As
Zone
per-
is good.
As
that's
per
good.
forecast, it's
Yeah, it's perfectly audible.
Thomas.
Yes, Karthik?
Now, as per forecast, retail sales is significantly low. Yeah.
Yeah. You can see on the table, or in the table, that retail sales is forecasted to be lower than the previous data. Month to month, it's minus 0.3%. The year-on-year data is, where is it? Year-on-year, there is no forecast, but the month to month is definitely decreasing. So that is deflationary. PPI, the year-on-year is forecasted to be no change. Month to month, no change. PPI year-on-year decreasing, month to month. So there's a core and the headline is decreasing. So both of the data are deflationary. So what I'm expecting today, if everything turns out as the forecast, I already made the analysis on the chart for you guys. If everything works out as the analyst forecast, so PPI, core and headline lower, and retail sales, core and headline lower, both of these scenarios are pointing into one direction, which is deflationary. On the chart you can see that in case of a deflationary data environment or deflationary data print, gold should continue to go higher. Yesterday's CPI was a perfect example how well gold is behaving to macroeconomic data. That's another confirmation that the Israel-Hamas conflict is now out of the way. So if there is no major development or escalation in the Middle East, then we can be sure that the data today, or the market is going to respond to the data very, very well. So in case of a lower PPI data and lower retail sales data, gold should continue higher, revisiting, well, 2000 is a bit too long, too big of a stretch, but nothing is impossible. But I would target around 1980, 1990. you can see that gold already started forming a nice upward trending channel. And here's the trick today. I'm expecting price to edge a little bit lower and then continue higher. And that is it pretty much. The forecast is very nice. It's bullish for gold because of the deflationary data. Forex flow is asking about CO2 data. You asked this last week as well, brother, or maybe it was someone else, I'm not sure, but no, I don't include CO2 data for various reasons. One of the reasons is that yes, it's valuable data, but the problem with this data is that the traders who've been asked by the survey about their positions, they're not required to disclose whether it's a hedging or a speculative position. So this is why this data can be very, very misleading. But many traders, they do use it, and you know, it has the same level of accuracy just as anything else in the market. And you can see on lower time frame that gold already started moving sideways. So we are creating another sideways movement, another consolidation. Most likely this is going to carry on until we have the PPI data printed. Love Mike is asking, don't you think the bond market last Friday had anything to do with it? And they were just waiting for liquidity to drive prices up. Bond market always has to do anything and everything with other markets. Bond market is the alpha and omega. Remember that bond markets are highly, bond markets are setting the yields. Of course, the monetary policy sets the base yield, but the bond market is closely following. So bond markets and yields, most importantly yields and real yields, are controlling everything, every single asset in the whole world. Bond market is way bigger than the stock market. And yes, it has everything to do with it. And if you look at the current yields, you can see that the yields are back again now into it's just below 5%, so it's consolidating. What do I think about US 30 today? I'm gonna focus on gold mostly, but depending on the retail sales, if retail sales comes out lower than expected, then stocks are most likely to drop. So it's the opposite effect as the CPI, but the PPI is also a good indicator. But given the current, given the current bullish trend on stocks, I believe stocks have a good opportunity to continue higher. So Ankit is asking, hi Thomas, will the candle first retrace down and go up, or else it would be a one-side move? That depends. That depends on the data itself, purely on the data. So if we have just read the chart, guys. If you have a lower PPI data, that means gold is going to most likely immediately go to 1990, 1995. But if you have a mixed data, then most likely it's going to drop first. And if the data is balancing towards a deflationary scenario, then we'll have the downward movement. So it's sell the news and then buy the fact. A higher PPI data, so if it's significantly higher, only if it's significantly higher, then gold is going to melt back down to 1930 area, which is the least likely. But you know, after yesterday, not sure. Carcatcher is asking, here's a question for you guys. Guy is asking on YouTube, if you had $500 to put into a trading account, would you rather fund the 500 into a live account or buy an FTMO challenge? What do you think? What he should do? What should he do?
I would trade that money first.
I would
100.
personally take advantage of the deposit bonus of Forex. So it's 50% deposit bonus. You can double up your account basically. You can't withdraw the bonus for obvious reason. It's free money, but Forex is a reliable broker, so I've been using it for 2.5 years now, and you can double up your account and you can test yourself with that $500, and you can still have another 500 if everything goes wrong. Obviously you can't withdraw the 500, the extra, but I would definitely take advantage. So double up your account, especially if you're a small account. You know, it's risky because you can lose it either way. If you get an FTMO account or if you start trading, you can lose it. But with this way, you can double up your account because you get a deposit bonus. And Forex is a reliable broker. It's only A book, no B book. So they don't have a trading desk. They're not betting against the traders, which was proven many, many times. It's reliable, using multiple liquidity providers. So you always get quoted and your trades always get executed ultra fast. So what I would do, get your $500, open an account with Forex and take advantage of the deposit bonus. I'm sending the link into the YouTube chat. Use that link and then contact Forex, especially Andre Laza, who is our in-house broker at Alpha FX. He's a very helpful guy. He's able to assist you. So, should we have a front-running position before the data? Because every data is pointing into one direction, which is going to be deflationary.
Yes.
How you doing, Chintan?
All well. How are you?
Very well, very well.
Loving your analysis every day.
Well, it's been tough recently with all the housework. You know, moving in,
Sure.
moving house. It's difficult to spread my attention. But there is a saying that if you can't devote your full attention to trading, you should not trade, and that's very, very true. Okay,
Indeed.
let's have a look. If you have any personal problems, emotions, job problems, life problems, family, health, whatever, just stay away from the market. Especially if you have financial problems, you should definitely stay away from the markets, because that's the worst thing to do, or the silliest thing to do, to try to get some quick money out of the market. Most of the traders fail when they turn to them. Or for example, they need some money, $500 or $1,000 to get on a holiday. And most likely, if they go to the market to get the $1,000, most likely they're going to lose everything. We're 25 minutes until PPI. And this is the plan for today. Welcome everyone. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. If you want to get a nice deposit bonus, go to alphafx.forex and you can get a 50% deposit bonus by Forex. It's free money basically. So I'm sending the link into the YouTube chat. Many people asking what broker I'm using. That's the broker I'm using, which is Forex. Many people asking what broker I'm using. That's the broker I'm using. in a buy. All mode is in a buy on GBP GJ. GBP JPY is make sure you take some profits, because Bank of Japan is going to increase the yields, so they staying away or getting away from the 3-decade-long ultra loose monetary policy. They want increase yields to around 1 to 2%. Which is a long shot. It's going to be really, really difficult for the Bank of Japan to unwind everything that Shinzo Abe just built up with the 3 arrows policy. Yeah, I would stay away from GJ. But if I were to trade GJ, actually, yeah, I'm going to do a trade on GJ. I'm going to short it, because I think that everything that's going on with the sterling and Bank of Japan interventions, I believe that the Japanese yen is going to strengthen. And sterling is going to weaken. Yeah, 100% GJ short. This is my view. It's not financial advice. So if you, for example, long on GJ, obviously you have your reasons. Make sure you follow your analysis and your guts. And I'm going to enter into buy on gold, front running position. So I'm only going to risk 37 pips. And shorten GJ. We have 21 minutes. Switch back to trading view. Channel Isabikor is asking, sorry, can deflation be similar with deflation spiral? Yeah, it's basically one follows the other one. So deflation spiral is the opposite of a hyperinflation. So it's very, very difficult to get out of a deflation spiral or long-term deflation. And economists and monetary policies, they want to stay away from this scenario as much as possible. Okay, let me just share the GJ position with the team members.
Yo, what's up, brother? How you doing?
Hey, Luis, how you doing?
Doing great. Got a buy since the morning.
How is the weather?
Rainy.
Oh, it's very sunny here in Pipland. Khairil Azim Azmi is asking whether to sell or buy gold. Well, brother, my honest answer is wait for the data. Read the narrative on the chart. Before the data, it's hard to tell. Obviously, I have a front-running position long, but the reason for that is because if you look at the forecast or the analyst forecast on investing.com or trading economics, so it doesn't matter what calendar you're watching it, it's basically the same. You can see that PPI, which is a leading inflation indicator because it measures the change in prices of goods and services at the producer price level, not the consumers. It's not the same as the CPI. It's a leading, not a lagging indicator. CPI is lagging. This is leading because it measures the price change of goods and services at the producer price level. You can see that core PPI, which excludes food and energy, is expected or forecasted to be no change. But if you look at the headline, there is a 0.3% decrease year on year. Month on month, it's actually more significant. It's a 0.4, a tenth of percentage point, 4/10 of percentage point decrease, which is very deflationary. If you look at the retail sales, you can see that it's even more deflationary because it turns into negative from 0.7, which measured last month. So everything is pointing into a deflationary scenario, which should be quite bullish for gold. Now, there's two possible scenarios. Obviously, if we have everything as works out as the analyst forecast, then gold is most likely pump straight to 1992. But if we have a mixed data, then it could revisit 1958 is where the pivots are, and also the bottom of this nice upwards ending channel. So it's your choice. You're front running or you're going to wait for the data, and that data will tell you whether you should buy or sell.
Is the third month that I still have open positions after CPI for 1 day, because I know we have PPI on the next day, and I'm trying to keep the trade running.
You long, obviously, right?
Mm-hmm. No,
Yeah,
but
so
I already took some partials, and I got a 0.25 running since 62.
mm-hmm. If everything works out as the analyst forecasts indicate, then gold should continue higher. 2000 is a bit a long stretch, but 1991, so it's a 200 pip move to the upside. I think that's more reasonable than 2000. But yeah, if it would go up to 2000, it would be very nice. Habib Usidik is asking, can we sell NAS? No, I would stay away from selling NAS. Again, it's very data dependent, so it's not technical analysis. It's not reading tea leaves or crystal balls. It's the data is going to decide whether you should buy or sell. There's no point asking prior to the data. I can share my personal view, but for example, yesterday's CPI didn't really work out as planned. So today I'm just going to stick to the original plan, look at the data, and that is going to decide whether it's a buy or sell. And in order to decide whether it's a buy or sell, just look at the chart, read the narrative. Norman is asking if gold goes up, US 30 will also go up. Norman, if you're listening to this, it depends on the data. Retail sales is out today, so I think retail sale is going to mess up a little bit indices. That's why I don't trade indices today, because it's contradictory to PPI. And stocks are more inclined to be in correlation with retail sales, obviously, because many of the S&P 500 companies, if retail sales is decreasing, then everyone is just going to ditch stocks. 2 positions front running before the data, because I'm going with the analyst forecast, so in line with what the smart people say, or forecasting that are based on yesterday's CPI and today's PPI forecast. We should see more deflationary data, which should help to lift up gold market. GBP Japanese yen, obviously I'm short because of the Bank of Japan worries. Many traders, if you look at the chart, and let me just zoom in, if you look at the chart, you can see, oh, it doesn't show, it's very, very high. You can see the last time Bank of Japan intervened in the market was around this price level, and we already created a new high. The last time a GJ was this high was back in 2015, and Bank of Japan is going to definitely intervene in the market sooner rather than later. And this is the video maker zone. Many traders lost money when the Bank of Japan intervened, and I think they're really testing the patience of the Bank of Japan with pushing the price at this high. It closed out all the sellers, and now it's a good time to enter into a sell. Now all the liquidity has been collected at that price level, so that's the reason for my GJ sell. And gold buy, I'm front running based on the analyst forecast, but let's have a look how many minutes we have until PPI and retail sales. How you doing, Dennis?
Hi Thomas, how are you? All is good?
Yeah, very good, thank you, brother.
Ready, man. I'm ready. Full margin, no stop loss. Always.
Full margin November, right?
Yes, of course. Alpha number 1.
$11 minutes, thank you, Elite Man. Elite Man. So once again, guys, if you want, so many people started asking questions in private about small accounts, whether they should. It was a very popular question which was asked by one of the viewers on YouTube, that if you have a small account, or if you have $500 to play with, which one I would do, either buy an FTMO challenge or spend it on a brokerage account. And I would go with the brokerage account. The reason for that is because Forex is offering a deposit bonus, so you can double up your small account. Obviously you cannot withdraw the extra amount which was given by Forex, but you can trade with it. So if anything goes south, you can lose the deposit bonus, and you can withdraw the money, the capital, but you cannot withdraw the deposit bonus. So if you want to double up, I think it's $1,000 or $2,000 or other currencies that they give you, and it's only for first time users. But if you're in an AlphaFX member, or if the AlphaFX community, you can ask Andre for another deposit bonus, but it's only for AlphaFX members. So if you're interested to get it, go to alphafx.eu/forex. You can find the link in the YouTube chat. And we have 9 minutes until the PPI data is coming out. So I'm going to go through the game plan today. I'm going to explain the strategy. So as you know, we have PPI and retail sales today. Producer price index is similar to consumer price index, but there is a big difference between the two. Consumer price index measures the change in price of goods and services at the consumer level. Producer price index measures the change in prices of goods and services at the producer level. So you can see the differentiation between consumer and producer. Consumers are at the very end of the supply chain because they're consuming. Producers are at the very beginning of the supply chain because they are producing. So one of them is a lagging inflation indicator, the other one is a leading inflation indicator. Because if producers buy and sell stuff, goods and services at higher price, you can be 100% sure that the extra cost is going to be passed on to the wholesaler, to the retailer, and to the end consumer. So this is why PPI is very important today. The forecast is set to be a deflationary. No change on the core level, but if you look at the headline PPI, you can see there is a 0.4% decrease, which is a very deflationary data. And if it is deflationary, gold is going to go up, stocks are going to go up as well, if we're strictly speaking about PPI. But we also have retail sales today, guys. Those of you who are trading indices and stocks, you should pay more attention to the retail sales. Retail sales is set to decrease from 0.7% to minus 0.1, which is very, very deflationary. Oh no, where is the retail sales? Sorry, I was looking at the wrong one. Oh, it's even worse, 0.7 to minus 0.3. It's very deflationary. If this is going to turn out at the data release, then stocks are most likely going to fall because obviously sales of the big companies are going to come down. But if you talk about gold, if you look at the correlation between gold, if retail sales is dropping, as the forecast implies, then it's good for gold. Gold is going to reach 1992 in a jiffy. If the data is mixed, then what I'm expecting is data or price to come back to the pivot and bounce back from there. So it's going to be a sell the news and buy the fact type of scenario. And before we continue, please consider hitting the like button, given that it's a free stream. And I'm trying to help as many people as possible with some knowledge. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask. We have 5 minutes until the data release, and all you need to understand is if we have a lower PPI data, then buy gold. If you have a higher PPI data, then sell gold. People asking about my open positions. I have 2 positions open. One of them is a gold front running position, but it's only a small lot. So because this, I'm aligning this position with the analyst forecast. So this is a front running position based on the deflationary data, but this is a high risk trade. I don't recommend it to anyone. But the GJ is, I think it's more reasonable. And this one, I would, yes, recommend it, even though this is not financial advice. Because of the probable Bank of Japan intervention, GBP Japanese yen is going to weaken. Bank of Japan wants to lift the yields after 30 years to 2%, 1 to 2%. That is the target which was announced by Mr. Uoda, Kazuo Uoda. I don't know what's the name of the governor at Bank of Japan. But for that reason, I'm selling GBP Japanese yen. And going back to TradingView, remember, read the chart, read the narrative. That should help you, or that should guide you. And we have 4 minutes until the PPI data release. Hit the like button, guys, if you want the stream to continue. Three minutes, 40 seconds. Yes, 2.5 lot on gold is small relative to my account. So do not compare my positions or my profits to your ones, because everyone is different. Everyone is different. If you're trading with a small account, then 2.5 lot is huge. But there are people trading with, you know, 10, 20, 30 lots on gold. And also depending on the contract size, which is provided by a broker. Bankai, if the volume is low, then I definitely recommend to hit the up arrow button on your headphone, because the volume should be fine, but please confirm if you can hear me. We have 2 minutes. Remember, read the narrative on the chart and hit the like button. If PPI comes out lower than expected, then buy gold. If it's higher than expected, then sell gold. And anyone who trades indices, US 30, Nasdaq, focus on the retail sales. What's the difference between hedging and hedge funds? I can explain in another time or after the PPI. Yeah, 1 minute 30 seconds, guys. Read the narrative on the chart. It should help you to trade. 1 minute 25 seconds. If PPI comes out higher, then we're going to sell gold. If it comes out lower, and I'm going to switch to MetaTrader. I'm going to focus on the data now. We have 1 minute left. I have a front running position on GJ and gold, but depending on the data release, I might change. And we have 1 minute left. We have 49 seconds to go. And focus on the headline PPI, which is going to be this one, year on year. Sorry, month on month. You have 30 seconds to go. If PPI is lower, buy gold. If PPI is higher, then sell gold. 20 seconds to go. We have 15 seconds to go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. PPI should be out in any second. You can see that PPI is actually worst off, so it's a buy on gold. I'm going to enter into another buy. Going to widen the stop loss a little bit to survive the volatility. Quickly, let's have a look on the data, just to make sure that it was the right position. PPI month on month is definitely worst off. PPI year on year definitely worst off, which is good. Core CPI or core PPI is definitely worst off. Retail sales is bad, so everything is deflationary. So gold should continue higher. Let's go back to the live positions. Interesting, it's not as reactive to PPI as it was to CPI yesterday. Let's have a look on the data. and investing.com. Okay, so we're still in an upward channel. Question is it going to retest the pivot? But that would be quite silly from gold, given the deflationary data. But it looks like it's going to retest the daily pivot, which is a very, very dirty move. PPI didn't come higher. It's 1.3. Look at the data, guys. Someone said PPI came out higher, but no, it didn't come out higher. Which PPI came higher? It's lower. Retail sales.
Is the Empire State Manufacturing Index.
Yeah, but that's manufacturing, but it's we're focusing on retail sales. Retail sales came out it came out lower than the forecast. Sorry, came out higher than the forecast because it's negative. Core retail sales, yeah, that came out higher. So that is inflation. So we have a mixed data. So it's not PPI, it's actually retail sales that came out higher. So quickly, let's have a look on stocks or indices. Dow Jones didn't really react to the news yet. Gold is edging lower. I have to close down the gold position and wait for another entry at a lower price. So I'm going to get out from the gold one because that is going to retest the pivot. Let me just show you at the channel. So I'm waiting for a new entry. PPI came out lower, so it's deflationary. We have a bit of a mixed data. PPI. I don't know why Miguel is saying that PPI came out higher. It's actually lower, much lower. So it's a very deflationary data. So
could be a retest on CPI price, on pivots, on main.
let me just mark it's 58,500. Yeah, around 58. So I marked with the red line the next probable entry level. Yeah, but manufacturing index, Antonio, we're not. US is not a manufacturing country, so I'm not interested in manufacturing. Retail sales, on the other hand, yes, that came out. It's still negative. It came out higher than expected, but still not as inflationary. Yes, Rodriguez or Miguel, it was a negative, so it's not an absolute value. But given the mixed data, I think that's why we have the pump down on gold or dump. But if you look on TradingView, the market is selling now, but it should continue higher if you factor in the lower PPI data. I'm gonna wait for another entry. Justice Nafano is saying that the retail sales is a problem. It could be very well, but if you have a look on US indices and US stocks, they didn't respond to the data yet. So definitely it's going to be the New York Open which will decide about which is more important, PPI or retail sales. But on the retail sales, I would sell stocks, or I will be shorting stocks a few minutes after the market opened. And on gold, I'm waiting for the retest of the weekly and the daily pivot. So this is what I'm waiting for. You can see on the chart. It's alright, Miguel. It's difficult to read, you know, this many data at the same time. Gold is playing with us. Yeah, always teasing.
So manipulated.
Yeah, I did the same drawing on my trading view. So this is the price level I'm waiting for a buy. Oh, Sam is here. All in Sam. Welcome back, Sam. Do you want to come on the? Do you want to come on the Zoom? You're very welcome. Someone's saying 1965 is the buy level. Okay, so this is the chart I marked, and that's the buy level I'm waiting for. If 63 breaks, would I consider a sell? No, look at the chart, Miguel. You can see even now we're bringing in the technicals because now we're looking for entries. So the data was a little bit mixed, but I'm more inclined to buy based on the deflationary data. So I'm waiting for price to come down. The highest 1959 or 1960, and that's what I'm waiting for. Oops, that's a short position. And then targeting around 1992. That's my goal. That's the plan. can I see the demand zone at 56 to 54? Yeah, that's between the daily pivot and the weekly pivot. Absolutely. I can see everything. Okay, let me put a buy limit to let me put the buy limit to 59. 59. I'm going to put the stop loss in 1955. So it's a bit wide stop loss, but it's a there you go. No, actually I'm going to narrow it down. 58. Yeah. Shit. No, I want to delete the... Yes. Guys, don't argue on YouTube. Yes, some people misread the data. It's not a problem. We are here to help each other, so there's no point arguing. I wish MetaTrader had the same charting functions as TradingView. It would be so much nicer to have this detailed chart in MetaTrader. Guys, stop grilling Antonio. He's a cool guy. Focus on the chart. Oh, Sam, stop it, please. Sam, did you get your unemployment benefit this month? Did you put it up on trading, or did you gamble it away? Or bought some crack? Let me know in the comment. Hi.
Finish him!
Hey, stop the gay thing on YouTube, guys. I know you love each other, but no homo.
Thomas, thank you. Made some good profits today. Thank you so much.
Lucky for you. I haven't made anything yet.
Yeah, lucky for you, bro.
but happy
I
for
closed
you.
I closed off your positions. I closed out the positions earlier that you had recommended. So that's how I made it.
Have a good one, brother.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Oh, Sam, I'm gonna say goodbye to you because you're getting really fucking annoying now. Sam is the guy who his name is All in Sam because he's very stubborn on he's very biased on his view.
You're literally gambling, he says. Doubt about you.
Gold is just stuck. Sam, how much is the unemployment benefit in your country? I don't know where you are. Do you get it monthly or bi-weekly? No, I'm not leaving. Four-hour candle is going to open in 13 minutes. Okay, let's look on the trading view chart. I'm really tempted to enter into a buy. Gold is just hovering above, literally 20 pips above the entry point. Question is it gonna dip down that low? Yeah, I'm gonna enter into buy now, but only small lot. Not risking too much. 2.5. Putting the stop loss. What's happening with GJ? GJ is kind of froze.
No, bro. This.
Minutes, and we're going to have a new 4-hour candle, and then 40 minutes New York Open. Yes, gold. Stefan Atkinson has a point. Gold is retested yesterday's closing price and today's opening price. So I think the entry for long was justified this way as well.
And it's the same price as the Fed speaks last week, exactly there.
Mm-hmm. Is it? I didn't notice
Yeah.
that.
From the 9 and on the 8.
Yeah, 7 minutes until the new 4-hour candle. And also, guys, if you want to join the Alpha community to get the same level of analysis every day, so we do have daily morning briefings at 8:30 a.m. Central European time. It's live Zoom, so it's not recorded. I do record it to upload it then to the website, but it's a live Zoom session. You can see that every day we have morning briefings. I send out the Zoom link and I talk about macroeconomics, fundamentals, looking for entry points. So I do the macroeconomics first and then look for entry on a technical level. Also sharing my MetaTrader screens. If I enter into any positions, you can see here, for example. There you go. So send the MetaTrader screenshot. You can copy the entry, the stop loss, the take profit. If you want to sign up, look into the chat now. I'm sending the link out now. There's only free membership left for this year. And become a member of the Alpha community. Oops.
Habibi.
GJ closed above range. Well, you must be looking at a very, very small time frame, brother. Is it this range you're talking about, HB? Yeah, but it could be a retest if you zoom out to higher time frame. There's nothing to worry, stop losses there. I don't really go down to 5 minutes of, well, I do go down to 5 and 15 minutes, but only to see what price is doing. But my main time frames are the H4 and the H1. Who's trading anything else other than gold and GJ?
I'm on a buy on a Bitcoin, but that's another thing.
I can't remember. Maybe I traded Bitcoin once.
It's just a small trade, you know, a 0.05 catching eyes. I got like €2, €5 stop loss, just to see. Sometimes moves the same thing as gold or the same data, you know.
Have to risk it to get the biscuit.
Let's go.
Very well. US 30. So retail sales came out quite disappointing. Well, it was better than the forecast, but it's still negative, the month on month. Year on year also way worse than the previous one. Retail sales excluding gas and cars, it's better. Retail sales is quite mixed. So I would be curious to see what the market is going to jump on. They're going to continue the pump, or based on some disappointing data, but better than the forecast. So interesting to see. We have 1 minute until the new 4-hour candle open, and I'm quite tempted to go short on US 30.
Hi, Thomas.
Hi, Asal. How you doing?
How are you?
Very well. Slow day today.
Yeah. Thomas, tomorrow is your son's birthday. I want to say happy birthday to him and wish all the best for him. And
Thank you so
he's
much.
father like you.
Oops. Hold on. I accidentally closed the MetaTrader. Thank you so much, Asal. Really,
Welcome. Hey, welcome.
really appreciate.
It's growing quick. Let's go.
Tell me about it. The days and the weeks and the months are just flying by.
The next Powell, bro. Let's go.
New 4-hour candle just opened. On US 30. I will be looking for short. GJ, don't worry about GJ, guys. Stop loss is set. The bias is done. Just focus on the trade. This is not worth. If you set your bias, don't jump in and out of trades. Yes, price moves up and down. I would say there is no such thing as always perfect entry. Sometimes that's why we have risk tolerance level. So you can't always be sniper with your entries. You have to have some kind of buffer and range to allow price to move, because it's impossible to always forecast that the sniper entries. I've never seen anyone who were 100% accurate on its entries and catching the top of the week or bottom of the week. And I'm going to enter into a sell on US 30. Targeting 34,350. Gonna delete the buy limit on gold because we had the new 4-hour candle open. Jump in another buy on gold, a bit smaller stop loss. I'm targeting 1980, that's reasonable, so that's the top of the range. No, I'm still in the GJ trade, but that is set. If I set the trade, set the stop loss, I'm not jumping in and out. Okay. Market is very slow today.
Yes.
Mache is saying that on 15 minutes time frame windows you have reversal pattern. What is the pattern, Mache? Chesh. Mache Titi. Chichi. US 30 on the bad retail sales. If I'm gonna share this one to the group. It looks like gold is going to retest the daily pivot, which is not ideal, but it's another entry point for keeping the longs. That's 19, let's call it 1959. US 30 on the other hand, that is looking more promising based on the bad retail sales. I'm wondering, should scale into more buys, more sales on US 30. Robin's saying gold will come down to 1959. Yes, that was the initial plan. I jumped into buys though, but it has every possibility. So that was the original chart, or the original plan I was waiting for. But based on the deflationary data on PPI, I jumped into the buys immediately as the data came out. Well, a little bit later as the data came out. And now it's running again. A bit of a drawdown, nothing to worry. That's going to putting it below the pivot. But yes, I do agree with that. Gold should continue higher based on the deflationary data. Just going to focus on US 30 and gold. GJ is going to be slow, but keeping the shorts based on the speculation that Bank of Japan is going to intervene in the market sooner rather than later. We have 70 minutes until New York Open. Hopefully that's going to bring us some liquidity. Gonna jump in another buy on gold. Robin, yeah, but I trade mostly macro fundamentals, so higher highs and high lows. I do look for entries on technical level, but based on the fact that everyone's waiting for the Bank of Japan intervention, I'm gonna keep the sells on GJ. And gonna add another sell on US 30. GB. Yeah, I'm calm. US 30 started to move 12 minutes before New York Open.
Let's hope gold will do the same.
Luis Jimenez is asking, are we gonna buy or sell? Well, you can see it on the screen, brother. So I'm buying gold and selling US 30. US 30 is more promising based on the disappointing retail sales data, which was expected. But gold is a bit shy and may retest the pivot at 1959. And we are retesting the pivot. So should have kept to the original plan. So those of you who didn't enter, I think the best buying opportunity would be around 59, between 59 and 58. It's going to provide you a better entry. 3 minutes on the New York Open. Full margin or unemployed, no 9 to 5. Oh, brother. Two minutes until New York Open. One minute on the New York Open. Let's get ready. $35 seconds to go. Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, ding ding ding.
Up.
Shit.
US 30 is just pumping.
Yeah.
Well, it's only a minute. Still in the first minute of New York Open, so it usually goes the opposite direction. Nothing to worry yet. Gold, what are you doing on gold? Are kind of stuck at 62. If I just zoom in on a smaller time frame. Now here comes the retest of the pivot. US 30 ain't going well. Guerrero is asking if it goes down 58. Well, it depends. So 58 could be retested even down to 54, but if it goes down to 51, that's when even that I would not consider selling gold yet. Just waiting to see price action. Okay, US 30, I'm gonna enter into another sell. US 30, I have 3 stop losses. Okay, we're 5 minutes past New York Open. US 30 did not break the daily high, so that's a good sign. It didn't pump on market open. That was a bit of push, but now, based on the bad retail sales data, in my bias, US 30 should continue lower. Hence, I entered into another sell at a higher price. Gold is still running in a bit of drawdown, so it's 5 pips and 17 pips. And it did not fully retest the pivot. You can see it hasn't reached, but it doesn't mean it won't retest it. But now the New York opened. Just going to see what's happening. Who's in US 30 sell?
No.
Me. I am. Hi, Thomas.
How you doing, Destiny?
I'm okay.
No, I'm gonna pull out from... Thinking to pull out from gold. Because it looks like it will retest the pivots. Yeah, I'm gonna ditch gold longs for now and re-enter at the pivot. So that was the original plan. I should have stuck to it, but accepting it was now. I'm going to re-enter exactly at this area right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set GJ, yes, it's still a good sell. I'm holding that one.
Thomas, there's news just came out, like a release of hostages from Gaza. Would that affect gold price to go down further?
It could, yes.
Right.
Where was it released?
Just a few minutes ago.
But where? What's the source?
Oh, it's called the website. Just a second. Search. Financial Juice website.
Never heard of that.
I use Financial Juice, but that is like it shows the news, not the news source.
All right.
But if you could click on the news, it normally opens the where it comes from.
Right.
But Editman's saying it was in news back 2 hours ago.
2 hours.
On gold, because I have to go soon, I'm going to set a buy limit at 1959, setting the stop loss at 1955. So this is actually a bit wider stop loss. Take profit is going to be, well, I don't set take profit yet.
Service.
Alright guys, market has been extremely slow today. I'm gonna keep the US 30 sells. That is going to be sell-off. It hasn't cleared today's highest point, so most likely on the bad retail sales data it's gonna go down. On gold, which is a bit trickier,
Trading is
I'm going to keep the buy limit, and the original plan was to buy at the pivot, so you have a range between 59 to, let's call it 54, so it's a 50 pip range. Price could dip into this one, into this range, and then continue higher. So thank you so much for watching, thank you so much for being here. Tomorrow is my son's birthday, so I'm going to take the whole weekend off just to be with my family, and back with full energy and power next week. You're welcome. Thank you so much, guys, for the patience.
Thank you, Thomas.
All right.
Thank you, Thomas.
Thank you, Thomas.
Happy birthday in
Have a good
advance
one.
to your son.
Happy birthday to your son. Bye.
Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye bye.
Bye.